Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another Level Up with Aaron video. Today I'm really excited to show you guys the upcoming update sneak peek. This is the Poseidon update. You guys have seen some of the Facebook posts from the developers, so you kind of knew it was coming, but I'm really excited to show you guys some of the action, some gameplay, and then talk about a few other features from this most recent update. Start off with Poseidon, of course, the main character for this update. So as you can see from the art, he looks awesome. He's got his Triton spear there, and just the graphics on him look great. Kind of looks like a cooler Zeus if you were to compare the two of them. Oh no, never mind. He's way cooler than Zeus. But yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and check him out. You guys did see. Oh, look at right off the first, you see a new skin for him as well. There is some Halloween skins with this update, so very cool. I'll touch on those in a minute too. But let's talk about Poseidon's abilities. His first ability is Water Blast. So this shoots a stream of water at targets, both buildings and troops, etc. It's great. It's actually probably one of my favorite abilities for him. The next ability is Tidal Wave. This creates a massive tidal wave inflicting heavy damage in a directed path. So this one you actually point to the direction you want the tidal wave to go. It spreads out kind of like what you can imagine and wipes out buildings and troops in its path. So very cool. And then last but not least is Summon the Kraken. So of course, it wouldn't be Poseidon without having his trusty sidekick, the Kraken here. This is a giant octopus that comes up and wreaks havoc randomly throughout the base. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you some gameplay with him in a minute here. But I do want to touch on the rest of his content here. His alliance power is Tritons. These are little ferocious sea creatures. Basically, they're similar to Ares acolytes in the sense that they can't be charmed, and you summon just a couple of them, but they're nasty little minions. So hopefully they are a great addition to the assist powers. And last but not least is the environment. So I'm going to go into more detail on this, but this is a new portion of the game in which you can change the environment, the background for your base. So it allows some personalization, some customization, and in this case, you can make whatever god's environment active. You do have to unlock these, and you unlock these environments with this new resource at the top here. That's ambrosia. You'll earn ambrosia, as it says, from fighting difficult opponents. So you're going to earn it from every battle, but the higher the level the opponent is versus your level, the more ambrosia you're going to earn. So it's a reward for these people to go ahead and challenge themselves and test their limits and do more, normal and difficult hard battles to gain more of this precious resource. And once you can also unlock these environments by gems as well, so convert ambrosia over to gems. So don't fear, you don't have to wait to battle enough battles to get these awesome environments. So let's go ahead and check out the environments. Bam, right off the bat, here we go. I have Hades environment is my current active environment, if you couldn't tell by the eerie green clouds and the cool little Hades statues here. Instead of having those hoplite statues, you now have a menacing looking Hades statue here. And then, of course, all of the towers and other decorations are adjusted to be, fit in with the theme of his background, kind of the dark plague, etc. So very cool on that. Not only with the environment does it change the decorations and the look of it, but it also gives you an additional buff. So whatever environment, whatever god environment you choose, you get a buff for that temple, and you get a buff for all of your houses. So you can see the environment boost here is 20%. So beyond the additional reanimation chance, you see there's a plus 5% here. So the base plus another 20% additional to that reanimate chance just on the temple. So there's giving off a total of 30% reanimation to every barracks or troop builder in the building. And then all of the houses get that same 20% bonus here as well. So you can see that reflected by the 40 plus the 8. So that's 20% of the 40% damage. So very awesome. Definitely be excited to see how these environments and these buffs to the environments and kind of change the dynamic of defense. It kind of gives you an idea of maybe redirecting attackers to a more significant target because of the buff based on the environment. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamics. I know all of the, especially top level players, are looking for a defensive buff. So I think that they'll enjoy this environment buff, and then see, along with Poseidon, how defense and offense and everything gets mixed up with this new update. So let's talk about Poseidon again. Here's his temple, very awesome water feature underneath a very cool looking building, and then of course the Poseidon statue out front. And you're asking, well, what does it do? The Poseidon temple provides a buff or a shield buff to any building that you select. So here we go, 40% for level 40, 260% shield boost to any building. So you just click on the temple, then you click the shield button. Now you go and pick your target. Where do you want this shield at? So let's put it on the Zeus monument here. Bam, now you see that bubble visual. Now we have a bubble shield for this building. So now you can see the shield boost is 260%. Let me see if I go back in. Sometimes I'll go back in and it'll actually give me a health figure for that as well. There we go. So look at that. So now, instead of just having to chew through 100,000, 110,000 health to kill this temple, you have to eat through another shield of 117,000 as well. So this will definitely kind of mix up gameplay, and I can see a lot of strategies where you shield a very vital temple and so forth. So of course, if you just attack this temple, the Zeus temple right off the bat, you're gonna have to chew through the shield. So if you want the shield to go away, you're gonna have to take out the temple. And then, as you can guess, the houses also do the similar buff. So the houses provide a smaller percent, but still a sizable shield boost to the building that they are touching. So just like the temple, you click on the house, click on the shield button, and then you can put that on any single target that's around that house. So it has to be touching the house. So now this Poseidon House, this barracks, this academy now has a shield of 10,000 health. So that's 50% of the base health. So that's where the figures come from. It's from the base health. So now, and then also that will make the building uncharmable as well. So that'll definitely mix things up for people. I know they were looking for some anti-charm technique as well. So definitely really awesome. Really excited to see how this affects gameplay. I definitely think it's some much needed defensive love. So hopefully everyone else agrees and can appreciate these changes. And let's see what's next in the update that I want to talk about. Actually, I'm going to show you some gameplay with Poseidon right now. So let's go ahead and do an easy battle. Hopefully I get an easy. Oh yes, I did. Lovely. Alright, so now let's put Poseidon out there on the field and have him wreak some havoc. Okay, I'm going to put out my tanky unit here, so Athena, to draw some fire. Poseidon does have a sizable chunk of health. Think of it similar to what Zeus has. So bam, there I popped the water blast, which I'm thinking is the term for it. And here you go. You can see it's doing pretty heavy damage. It actually does pretty substantial damage, and of course it's very versatile. You can attack troops with it, etc. And when he's not shooting or casting tidal waves, he's meleeing down temples with his Triton here. And then now I'm going to show you a tidal wave. You aim it in a direction, boom. Look at how, wow, that tidal wave was massive. It just destroyed a temple. So pretty insane. I don't know what the health on that temple was, but that was pretty nuts. So I think everybody will be pretty excited about the abilities that Poseidon brings to the table. And last but definitely not least, let's summon the Kraken. Alright, so there we go. Bam. So the Kraken summons randomly in the base, anywhere in the base. His head does damage as well as his tentacles. So you can see these tentacles, especially in a tightly knit base, are popping up, and they're going to wreak havoc. Like literally, look at this entire base is wiped out. These tentacles have basically wiped out the entire base. Um, don't be worried. This is a maxed out ability for me right here. So the developers have been sure, to check and make sure that it isn't too crazy insane. And then once it gets to the high levels, it will be an effective ability for everybody. So that is Poseidon. I'm really pumped to see him in action and in the battle, and getting to use him against all of our goo player bases out there. So very cool. Let's go ahead and end that battle. And let's go back and talk a little bit more about some of the other features from this update. So not only did defense get a buff with the environments as well as a new god, but we also got offensive buffs from Poseidon plus level 70 ultimates. So I've already got his maxed out for playing around here, but I think this will be a big game changer. Let me go ahead and upgrade this one so you can kind of see the cost values. So 24 million to go to level 61 and 33. So these are very sizable investments. Of course, these are going to be the players that are at the near or the top end of the game. So that's some resources for them to kind of chew through in their reserves. It will be a while, but as with everything, you'll get there. Just keep on grinding, keep on leveling, and you'll get up there one day if you're not close already. So level 70 ultimates, that'll be a huge game changer on offense. I can especially, appreciate some of the ultimates like inspiration as well as slow time and bloodlust. Those are going to be hugely benefited by this increase. Let's check out some more of the environments here. I'm going to show you some of the graphics because they're awesome. Here's Athena's environment. Once again, you can see the decorations are all adjusted to the new, and then these actually are modified statues as well. I actually don't have a huge variety of decorations in my base. I kind of stuck with one theme. So as you get out there and you apply these to your base, then you'll get some cool little decorative customizations you guys can do and make your base look really, really cool. So Hera has, of course, the snow background. And then one of my favorites is actually Poseidon and his new water theme. And you got a sneak peek in the preview shot that the developers posted of that. So there we go. Look at how awesome does that look. And he's got his little fish triton statues as well. So very cool. And of course, all of the decorations kind of have a water theme to them as well. And then you have a nice, cool water perimeter around your base. And of course, you can't go in the water when you're attacking the base, but it adds that nice visual effect. So definitely one of my favorites, and it'll be fun for everybody to experiment with how these environments affect the gameplay. There were a few other small changes. This video is already running 13 minutes long, so I don't want to get you bogged down with all of the details. Here you go. For Halloween, they added a new Apollo skin, the zombie killer, definitely awesome looking. And then one more skin for you guys as well. And of course, this one for Halloween is a no-brainer. That's a Hades as the Count Dracula, so definitely cool skins as well. So you guys will be able to get those skins, enjoy those. And I think that's about all I want to talk about in this update. Definitely excited. Oh, here's the Poseidon Monument. As you can guess, he summons little Triton fearsome sea creatures to defend your city. So kind of just like his assist power, these are summoned, and they have a very fast attack speed. And it'll be interesting to see how they change up some bases as well. And then the range on this monument is great as well. It's huge. It's probably similar to the Ares monument, so it'll definitely come into play. So if you got any questions, post them down below, and then I'm hoping to do some more gameplay videos after this post update and give you some reactions and maybe give you some tips to make changes to best utilize these updates and make your base stronger and help you get some attack strategies going with the new god. It'll be interesting to see how he changes up the mix of attack orders and how everybody uses him. So thanks for tuning in. Keep leveling up.